can set an intro video. That's really cool. So
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but Tabitha's on mute and Lonnie's up here, and I just trying to unmute, but he muted himself. So you're muted too, Lonnie. And
I
we should
was,
be live.
yeah, I know. I was trying to be courteous and not, interrupt him.
Yeah. So let's introduce ourselves really quick. I'm Carmen.
Michael.
I'm just I was a how do I want to say, because I'm kind of on here with a whole bunch of other people that Lonnie have been on here with him before. He's introduced himself before. And I've introduced myself because this is my channel. We were going to be live on Lonnie's channel. I don't know if we can ever share that directly to where we're on his channel and my channel
Yeah, you
simultaneously.
can.
Okay. If you know how to do that, I'd have to learn
But
how to do it. So I wouldn't do it right now. But anyways, so we're here. We're on my channel, and we're talking. We actually have like various
this is in real
backgrounds.
time.
Yeah, and we have various backgrounds. He's showing his camera, y'all. But we have various backgrounds. Lonnie is kind of like me. I was in the street life, Lonnie was too. Um, I chose to be. I don't think he did. And Michael, he was a veteran. He is a veteran, not was a veteran. He is a veteran. And you're from Vermont, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much time did you spend in the military?
12 years.
What do you feel about your service?
Well, mixed emotions. Knowing what I know now, just mixed emotions. It was all like it's bottom line. I mean, when you go over to a war zone, bottom line is the only thing that actually matters is the people next to you. And other than that, there's really no reason.
Right, right. And then you think you had a reason, and then you come out and you find out that they're also, what, targeting you too?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not. You didn't. We didn't go over there for the freedom of America.
Yeah.
I actually
Um,
learned when I was there. I was watching the news one day in a chow hall when I was in Iraq, and we were part of something that happened over there. And then the news was portraying something else. So, even when I was 20 years old, I saw that the news wasn't even telling the truth.
Yeah, that was Iraq, right?
Yeah. Oh, 04.
Yeah, yeah. My buddy was there, and he said that all we smelled was the smell of burning flesh and latrine. The shit John's being
Oh,
burnt,
oh my
and
gosh. You see
sand
that?
and was in everything.
Yeah. Yeah. When I got back from Afghanistan, uh, every time I took a shower, my brother's like, "Where's all the sand coming from? How do you have so much sand on you?"
Right. Hey, you know what's crazy, man, is all the equipment that was left there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
They did
that
that
was
on purpose
crazy.
so they could arm some peoples that they shouldn't have armed.
Well, they did that shit on purpose because they funded all that shit. They funded ISIS and all everything else over there.
Right. Yeah, they've been doing that. They actually formed most of it.
Yeah, they're the war machine is just a very bad entity.
Yeah, they
That's
fund
what we'll
both
call it.
sides. They fund both sides, and they can use whatever they want, and they can blame whoever they want. So that makes
Mm.
most people hate this person or hate that person or hate this kind of people or that kind of people.
Yeah,
It's a
because
tactic.
it's all ultimately about just another man's fighting another man's war, and then they're all buddies. They're all rubbing elbows and shit.
Well, yeah, you think money, money, just
Yeah, why,
like
sure.
it's written, they talk about, the love of money is the root to all evil. And it truly is, because you got these guys who went in and they made an oath to stand up for freedom, is what they thought. And now they're literally targeting their own countrymen. It's
Freedom's people that have freedom have open borders, don't they?
You would think.
Yeah, that's what I
Technically,
would think. I
being
mean,
white, you
because
have the
you
right to
only
go
have to get a
anywhere you
license
want.
when you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean? You got to get a building permit, which is basically a license, because you ain't supposed to build anything without, having permission. Why do I need to have permission to do anything? I'm my own man.
Yeah, God-given rights and all.
Right. And then you find out, everything's over money until you find out what you've been using ain't money at all. It's just a note of tender.
Yeah, it's not money. It's. I mean, 100 is
Yeah,
printed on the same as a dollar bill. How is one more valuable than the other?
right, exactly. Because it's just all an exchange of energy.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's
They need
what
to
people
go back to the barter
believe.
system. You get a lot more for your energy.
Yeah, it's
An
crazy though
honest
that
honest day's work
people.
for an honest exchange of energy. You know what I mean?
I don't
It's
understand
a
how
trade
people can
off.
end people for certain numbers on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I tried to. I tried to go to Desert Shield myself, man, but I don't have a GED,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
and,
didn't
and
miss
they wouldn't
anything.
take me, huh?
You didn't miss it.
I know. I just I've been lucky in that sort of way, man.
Yeah.
Just like
I
dropping
actually
out of
did
school in the
it.
sixth grade. It's the best thing I ever did.
Right. Yeah, because you didn't get indoctrinated to the crap.
Right? Yeah. Exactly.
I did it like that,
Exactly.
but I didn't get out. I didn't get out of school. They just passed me even though I didn't follow their crap.
Dude, so I think the last time that I actually learned anything in school was probably fourth grade, maybe. But I'm a
Yeah.
fucking genius.
Some of
I
the
mean,
stuff was
really.
important to know, but like reading and writing
I
and all
mean,
that stuff.
well, here's the thing, man. When you go to memorizing the same old shit, you're you're blocking yourself, man, from learning anything new. Because you only
Yeah, I mean,
retain what you need. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's really bad because they're still teaching stuff in science books that's been proven to be false, and they're
But
still teaching it. They haven't
it's all
changed the book.
bullshit. It's the curriculum's all bullshit. Just like the math, all the math, because the numerical system itself was just like the English language, designed for nefarious purposes, and uh, yeah, crazy. I mean, because
Yeah,
you got to be aware of all the double word meanings. You know what I mean?
yeah, that can possibly.
Well, you keep yourself spellbound, man, when you're casting spells on yourself, and
Right.
I
Well,
mean, why
impossible.
else you think they took the cursive language out of schools?
Yeah, because
So
AI can't read it.
right, then motherfuckers couldn't even sign their damn name. Then they had to put it back in.
Right.
Yeah, I mean cursive. Cursive writing is exactly what it is. Cursive.
Hmm.
So did we
Yeah,
get
I like
Tabitha?
that
Is Tabitha
impossible
here?
word.
What's that, Michael?
If you spell impossible, it's
Yes,
literally
Tabitha
spelled
is here, but her mic is muted or something. Sorry.
Okay,
I
she's probably
didn't
just
know,
listening. She's probably
Michael.
just listening. It's all right. Oh, Tabitha, can you hear us? Let me. You know what? She's probably got headphones in. Hold on a second. I'll figure it out. Call her on my other phone. Okay. I was just sharing this video. Can you guys see that?
You can share your thing, this link to your stream if you want, if you can figure it out. But
Oh, hold on, man. Hold on, man.
because
See this cat right here. This dude. Well, there he is. Look at this cat. Look at the metamaterial this motherfucker's wearing. That's my neighbor across the street. That's Bobby, Hunchback Bobby. It looks like Hunchback Bobby. Look at him. Look at him. He's disappearing, ain't he? The fucker. He sure was melting right there. Why'd he get so dark up here? It's the suit. Oh, he's walking. And there, another motherfucker started walking with him. Huh. Nice. You see that light kick on right there? That's crazy. Anyway, what was you saying, Carmen? Oh, about streaming. I ain't worried about it. I'll have to figure something out. I got to get all that worked out. Huh. So let me do this. I want to rewind that. Okay. Look at all the nanotech flying around right here. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Now, watch my man enter the scene here. But let's get him from back here, though. Oh, hold on. I just seen something. Damn it.
Well,
right here.
real quick, while you're looking at this, USMC handbook points
Oh,
out
you wanted me to share some video, didn't you?
Yeah, tactical evidence of like targeting, and Michael was in war, so he would know what that
check
looks
my
like.
man out here. Hey, look here. There's another motherfucker right here. Look at this shit. Watch this. Right here.
Can you see, Michael, when someone is being targeted?
Wow.
Your mic is muted.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, you know, when they're targeting a specific person and they hone in on them, they find their place of living, stalk it out.
Wow.
Figure out what their schedule is like.
What the fuck? Look, he picks up a guy when he gets right here. Look. See the other guy with him? See that? Watch this. Look, he walks right here. Watch.
You're a bit far away. Camera.
Who I am?
Yeah.
No,
I'm not. You'll see. Watch.
Come
on, yeah, dude. Right there. Okay. So watch when he look. So he's going right here, right there. Okay. Now watch when he gets right here. Watch. He picked him up. Now look, there's another motherfucker with him right there. See him invisible?
Oh, yeah, I actually did see that. You can see there's like a shadow right there.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Carmen know what they look like. Okay, check him out here. Damn it, I missed it. But he again, when he gets up here, look here, watch. There's another motherfucker up there. Look. There's two people there. Now there's one. Now there's two.
Not only that, they're kind of walking funny. Even the men.
Yeah, right. So this dude here, let me introduce you to my neighbor. This is my neighbor. This is this we call this motherfucker Red Truck because he went from a beat up red truck to this right here. But this is a special kind of suburban. I don't know what kind of thing. I think it's a GMC or something. I don't know. It's about $100,000. It's awful nice. But this one here probably more than 100,000 because this one here does special shit like kind of like Knight Rider, you know. But this one here, it spits out robots.
Well, that's probably like $1 million then.
Yeah, that's the it spits out nanotechnology out. It's exhaust pipes. I can show it to you. I'll go on video several times, almost every night actually. Kind of like how it looks like it's snowing right here. This is every night for me. Yeah.
Huh.
See?
Yeah. I've seen that out here. It's even in the desert, man. It's the stuff they're spraying.
Yeah, but mine's a little different. Mine comes out my fucking exhaust uh, pipe for my heating and air furnace.
Well, they can move it
But
around like
here's all
little.
my targeters are right here in this building, right here. This Mexican mafia. All my neighbors. Yeah, I'm right where they want me to be.
I brought this up earlier, and we didn't get to do it with this streaming to the YouTube. I don't know how to get it streamed to anything else. I'll have to look. But anyways, and I couldn't get it on Instagram or anything. But you guys are talking about this, and he's showing.
Watch this dude. He's got heat sticks is what he smokes.
You know how they talk about this is a silent war? Can you guys hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You know how they talk about this is a silent war?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you guys see that by, using some of these materials and stuff, how it would be easy for them to target people, children, women, the elderly in communities and take them out before their time is necessary?
Oh yeah. That actually reminds me of the other day when Hugh and I were driving on the interstate. He was driving, so I wasn't able to get out of the way of this thing, but there was a tractor trailer truck in front of us that was spewing water out of the back, and it was getting on the windshield, and I had to roll my window up because I knew. I don't know if it was water. It was some kind of liquid, and that's not normal for a tractor trailer to be doing that.
Spraying water on another vehicle?
Yeah, the tractor trailer that we were following was like pouring water out of the trailer, liquid of some sort, in the trailer, and it was getting on our windshield, and our windows were down.
I wonder why that was happening.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know what? The BIOWARFARE, because if I say that, then it's going to be flagged. But when you're talking about bio,
yeah.
So that don't surprise me any. And that would be one of the main objectives going on these days. We have a lot of people checking out early. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
See, they know what I'm doing, whatever, dude. They got my phone fucking mirrored.
But why I brought that up, though, was for this reason, guys. You can see this is happening in neighborhoods all across the United States. And if you can see how huge it is, imagine this being someone who was sent into the military to turn against your own countrymen. Because that's what's going on here.
Because they don't care about us. It's all about them.
Doing the job of these people is not smart. It's just not smart.
Well, all we got to do, it's simple. Stop.
Right. It's not smart. People need educated. Just stop doing this stuff. This is
we just need to stop, period.
It's not moral.
Stand
up unethical. And stop. Right. It's unethical. It's horrible practices.
And these people are psychos, man. They're serial killers. They think since they kill in increments that they're not a murderer.
Well, that's just.
Well, they get away with everything.
And what I mean by killing in increments, explain what I'm saying.
Go for it. Explain what you're saying.
Well, what? Just basically because the weapons that they're using in this war that they've given a name called calling it the silent war. We're talking about weapons that everybody knows about now. I mean, hell, even the president of the United States said, well, everybody, if you had the right roof, right color roof, you was all right, because they were hit with direct energy weapons, which was, electromagnetic frequency. What it does at the doses they hit humans with, to hide it through an extended period of time, what it does ultimately is, for one, it will give you cancer. For two, the EMF damage that it does is irreversible. It does neurological damage. It can do a number of things, but what is key for them is it completely annihilates your pineal gland.
Annihilate your
And they're good with that.
He said annihilate your pineal gland.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns it into a rock.
Well, I mean, it's not all the fluoride and whatever else they've been poisoning us with all these years through Kellogg's, cereal and deodorants and toothpaste. And now water. It's just it's never ending, man. It's like sweet things is what they like to brag about. Kill us with sweet things. What can you guys think that's sweet? Reese cups, shit like that. Candy bars, cookies. Yeah. Why don't you guys look at what an Oreo has in it now? Yeah. How come the UK has 4 ingredients in their French fries from Mickey D's, but over here we've got 12.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like 19.
Well, when you got a French fry that's a couple years old in the back seat of your car, and it still looks like it did the day you bought it, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's not food. That's a decoration.
Yeah. I'm
Talking about decorations, talking about decorations, I went in and got my ID yesterday, as a matter of fact, which I haven't been able to get my ID in years. So I finally got my ID, right? How exciting. And because I've got money somewhere I need to use and all kinds of little things that, anyways, point is that as I'm at the counter, there's this Chico, I guess I will call him, and he had a tear on his eye, but you could tell that he was having laser removal to have it removed. And he didn't look real happy. He had a real serious look on his face. He's looked like he was done some really hard time. I mean, it's good to see him in the establishment being given an opportunity to work in a public setting. That's great. But badges of honor, they used to, people who went to prison would get these tiers for everyone they murdered. And think about that a moment. We have as a society made it so that we are giving honor and glory to people who are doing wrong shit.
Yeah, and it's not just murder, it's basically everything. Wrong is right and right is wrong all of a sudden.
Well, inverted round, man.
Yep, the people that are getting praised and a lot of these content creators that are out here being pushed in the algorithm and able to make a good living off of ads and stuff from their monetization. They are people pushing an agenda. They would never tell you the truth. They will always keep you blinded to certain things. They want you filled up with entertainment. They want you blind to what's happening while they systemically pluck off your cousins, your neighbors, your you know? So I don't know. We've perpetuated in a sense. It's all of our fault. All of us did this. Not some of us, but all of us. We all have played a part, a role
Yeah, but
in
what these people
developing
here are doing that are
society.
perpetrating these crimes against, their own is helping further the extinction of the human race, and they have no fucking idea that
Yeah.
it's all about transhumanism, period.
Yeah. Get everybody
Period.
to get themselves and police themselves.
You know, this 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 shit's so sick, man, that when I finally talked to somebody that believed me, she was a human rights activist. Her name was Amy Ray Boone, and they ended up targeting her as well. But uh, she was the first person that believed me, and I felt like I was on an alien planet for one, and that's like my whole paradigm shifted, and
Yeah.
I was the alien. But I was so upset and so emotionally drained and just so traumatized that I think I cried for like 3 hours. I mean, just cried.
Mhm.
Try to get it together and just start crying again. And I mean, that's real trauma, man. And that's a grown man, and shit happens to. And I can't imagine being a kid or a woman. I'm not taking anything away from women, but I'm saying, but I mean, I never was an emotional type motherfucker in my life, man. It's not the world I lived in. I couldn't be
Yeah, but
emotional,
you
right?
also weren't being stalked. You weren't being watched from every corner you turned. You weren't being followed from one location to the next. You weren't
Everywhere.
you weren't having people around you beginning to turn on you and start to conspire against you and set you up in situations that were, borderline, dang, I about lost my life.
Well, I mean, it started out being covert, then it went just all out, overt, and then it went to fucking just crazy as shit, and now it's like, we work with immunity and we'll do what the fuck we want, and everybody's with us, and you're fucked, and you're stupid. Okay,
That's what they think.
Well,
well,
but wait, no, hold on. You know why? It's because it really hasn't been exposed. You brought something to the table earlier, Bonnie, today, and you should cover it, with
what's that?
DARPA and
Oh
the
yeah, Donnie
University of
Darpo. I like to
Massachusetts,
refer to him as Donnie Darpo.
the UMass.
Oh yeah. So we got another person, because I just like
See if you can pull that back
I
up.
try to help people, because if it weren't for the exchange of information that I got from other people that were like me, I don't identify as a targeted individual or a TI or any other thing that goes along with that shit. Because I think it's part of the psyop and it gives it energy and all that shit. This shit is truly spiritual. It truly is. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's not as many others like me and these people as you think. Yeah, if you're not awake, chances are you're probably never gonna be, and you can't be because you're not like we are.
Well, but hold on, because let me disclose
If you're
with
if you're
you.
listening to this, chances are you are awake. But everybody that has had what they call the awakening or whatever, it's because it was time. It was time, and um, your divinity
Somebody's picked up an echo.
woke you.
Hmm?
I don't know.
But
Tabitha went out.
so
Where'd
the
she
thing
go?
is this: if you are like we are, and you're being harassed, electronically harassed, followed, noise campaigns or aerial theater where you got drones following you and shit, or you got people slandering you, trying to assassinate your character, talking bad about you, trying to set you up for failure, have you committed, say you're crazy, anything like that. There's people out there that you can identify with, and before they went by TIs or targeted individuals, and we don't even call these guys what they used to be called, gang stalkers, is what they were called. Originally, you could tell who the old school gang stalkers were because they didn't have brake lights and they didn't have license plates, and they had one headlight normally, but they got a switch, they can turn that shit on. These cars they got a lot of high technology, up to date technology that they use. These guys they can use synthetic telepathy as well. The technology that is used on us is neurotechnology, neuromonitoring is what it's called. A lot of us have voice to skull technology, which was originally the voice of God. What they told the Iraqi soldiers in their head to put their weapons down. Americans were our friends, and this is Allah. I believe Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast. So anyway, back to UMass, in particularly Lowell, Massachusetts, has a research and development through DARPA. And okay, so UMass is not a single school like a lot of people think. It's actually 9 schools, and they have smaller fractions of these schools that what they call them? I read it to you. What was they called, Carmen? The junior faculty awards.
That does sound right. Yeah, that does sound right.
Yeah.
Junior faculty awards.
So yeah. So what's happening with myself is this, that I am in a program of, well, I'll call it for what it is. I'm in a research and development program ran through Purdue University out of Bloomington, Indiana, that is doing work and research, and as far as I can see, leading the research with the tech in nano cloaking technology. I know it's not new, but using metamaterials. That's what you see flying around my fucking cameras. Okay? Now, coupled with, what are they? Optophotonics and optogenetics.
Here, I'll read this because I took notes.
And hold on. And one more thing.
Well, it says
energy harvesting, most importantly.
Well, I have a list of biofield therapies, biophotons, bioelectromagnetics, and mind-body interaction, as well as there was another set of talking about the photoreceptors, hemofield mapping. There's the visual pathways. Then that's it there. That was the list that I picked up.
Now, we learned something new today about morpho optic. What was it called?
That hold on, I'm sorry. Let me do this really quick. Okay. It was called. Hold on. My bad. I'm looking. Methodologicals. No. Oh my gosh, I can't find it. What was the bring the word up to my attention again so I can use my memory?
Morpha something. Here, I'll find it. I'll find it. Hold on, I gotta
Yeah.
get my phone.
No, it was metamorphogenics or something like that.
Morphogenetics. No, it had something to do with vision, I thought.
It's not in these notes here, and I
Well, they
can't.
also got a new. It got an
I
AI.
can't think of the
Man, here, I'm
term,
pulling
and
it
I'm
up.
not really familiar with that one
This is the
because
new
there's so
shit. I got
many
it
of
right here.
them.
Yeah, hold on a second, and I'll tell you how to get my other phone.
There are so many of these little branches, you know. When we're talking about these dynamics like biophotons and nano.
Yep.
And then it has all these smaller branches they're all segmented, compartmentalized. So, whoever's in photobiology and photobiomodulation, which is a part of morphogenics, or metamorphogenetics. I'm not sure. There's so many little nuances in all of the clinical terms for all of these different branches of science. There's hundreds of them, if not thousands of them. And so it's like they kind of intertwine with each other, intersect. But again, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. So when we're talking about photo biology, and it's genetic.
Massachusetts Lowell University
Talking about lights
funded
is light
by
magic,
DARPA programs.
if that makes sense. But
Okay.
so that's why remembering each and every term is not that easy.
Hold on a minute. DARPA funded research at Massachusetts University.
I know it says here the system is divided into two main parts.
Here it is.
The optical system, which is the cornea and the lens, which focuses on light, and the neural system, which is the retina and the visual cortex, which converts light into neural signals. Light passes through the lens and creates an inverted image on the retina. The retina's photoreceptors, rods for night, cones for color and day,
Massachusetts universities
detect this, and the signal travels to the occipital lobe of the brain, which interprets the visual input. Unlike computer vision, which often aims for exact scene reconstruction, biological vision succeeds by linking frequently encountered visual patterns to efficient behavioral responses, even with ambiguous or noisy input. Biological vision is highly reliant on contextual awareness, interpreting the whole scene, and active attention and mechanisms, focusing on specific details and understanding 3D structures. Like all the light magic that you're seeing all around your house, it's your retina is not viewing it exactly the way it's happening because your photoreceptors aren't able to take in every single thing that's going around the scene, even though you do pick up on the shadows and stuff when you see cloaking and metamaterials around you.
I'm gonna just send this to you so you can read it too.
Okay.
Here it is. Okay. Messenger.
Then they have biofield research, which is an emerging interdisciplinary branch of science that investigates the existence and influence of energy and information fields that surround and permeate living organisms. We are living organisms. Sometimes people. Can you guys still hear me when I'm logged into another page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was me
So,
sending you something.
okay, let me make sure. Let me say hi to Tabitha because I don't know why she couldn't talk last time.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Let me
Tabitha.
call Tabitha.
Hi.
I don't know what was going on last time. What was that about?
I don't know. Like
You
my
there?
phone wasn't working. The screen was black. It was a mess.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll mute
Okay.
up.
Well, glad you're here.
Okay.
Glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. If you
Could you
want,
hear
you
us?
can
We were
just mute
listening.
up until. Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
hear you.
I'm gonna mute up.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and read this. So DARPA actively funds research at Massachusetts institutions that are focusing on AI, materials science, quantum computing, and biotechnology. Key initiatives include MIT's AI-driven materials design, which is metals, UMass Amherst's information extraction models, and Boston University's AI trust studies, alongside regional commercialization efforts at CIMIT at Massachusetts General Hospital. Specific DARPA-funded programs and projects would include MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They leads the metals multi-objective engineering and testing of alloy structures program using AI for advanced materials and turbo machinery design, per MIT News. Previously involved in the Make It program for chemical synthesis, according to this DARPA mill document. Or it's linked in this. Let me see if I can actually pin this. Let me see. One moment. And I'll share it in the chat. So if anyone does want to look at these, you can see them. Let me put them in the comments. There we go. I've included it in the comment if anyone wants to take a look at it. But okay, the UMass Amherst, they conduct research on statistical models for information extraction, collaborating with BBN Technologies on DARPA-sponsored projects. Then Boston University secured funding for the Predicting Algorithmic Trust at Scale project within the I-20 Information Innovation Office to evaluate AI trustworthiness, as reported by Boston University. Weiss Institute at Harvard involved. Come again? What were you saying, Lonnie?
What'd you
Okay,
say?
that was a little strange. I'm like, what did you say? Because it sounded like you were talking. All right.
Huh?
Can you hear me now? It sounded like you were talking.
I wouldn't
Okay.
say anything.
I did hear somebody talking though, but
Oh,
nobody
great.
would. Yeah, I don't know what that was, but I heard it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I know what it
okay.
was, but whatever.
Okay. All right. So, let me go back. And then there's also quantum initiatives. You know, I got to say something really quick, because these programs that we're talking about, they seem harmless. It's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but compartmentalization is everything. When you break a system down into its lowest component, the right hand never knows what the left hand is doing. There are certain data sets out here that people are compiling that belong to these universities, and it is illegal experimentation on citizens. It's wrong. Yeah, people need to actually realize what's happening. They call a silent war. You have a biofield. You are an energy being, and we are surrounded in a synthetic grid. Okay. And for surveillance and control measures, they're carrying out certain research and development protocols, telling everyone they're developing a system, but that's bullshit. The system has been developed, and they're logging into people's energy fields, and they're implanting thoughts. They're causing false memories, false feelings. Look around you in the United States alone, our suicide rate has went up astronomically. People are just like, oh, I'm going to take my own life today, and these universities that claim, like regional accelerators, CIMIT in Boston, they were selected as a DARPA commercial accelerator to scale defense technologies. What most everyone else doesn't realize is that the Weiss Institute at Harvard, the Boston University, and the UMass Amherst projects I just talked about all go hand in glove with this regional accelerator. So whatever's going on in Boston is going to be complementary to the things that are going on in these other institutions. That's why Lonnie said, well, they're kind of like a parent. They'd be like a parent company. And he's talking about UMass, whereas DARPA is the funder, which is a major, we're talking about military industrial complex organization and corporation. What happened? There was a beep in here. Did someone log out? Where'd Lonnie go? Huh. It's kind of strange. All right, there we go. I added Lonnie back.
I think
I
he
don't
was
know.
still.
Now they dropped it down somehow. I heard it.
Oh,
Okay, so the point that why I wanted to say this anyways was because when he says, oh, there are smaller entities operating under UMass, one thing you need to understand is we're talking about the military industrial complex and a complex web of organizations that our college students are involved in. Think about this. People who are coming into the industries and they're only learning a small molecular biology is at the cellular level. I'm trillions of cells. Trillions of cells make up my physical composition here in this world. I operate on a certain frequency. My cells give off a certain light in them. And even any schism in the body is going to show a certain light. They talked about the biofield and the chakras and all of this. And now they're talking about transmutation and alchemy and all of this other stuff. And it's all interrelated. You can understand me at the cellular level, at the molecular level, and still not understand science altogether.
Well,
This,
I'm gonna kind of cut in for a second.
yeah.
So this material that you guys just watched this guy walk by wearing, this stuff when they're we'll call it for what it is. When they're wielding it, okay, um, they are being broken down to the molecular level and being uh, reassembled.
Well, that depends on the exact, because everyone has, all of these different programs that we read off, they have different requirements. So different technologies, different type of business model practices, and um, how do I want to say, materials are being used, because not all just because it's biotechnology or nanotechnology doesn't make it exactly the same. So when you say what you're seeing, that may be specific to your case, whereas someone else in another region may be experiencing the same thing, but it'd be different types of practices used. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, yeah. To me, it does. I mean, but I doubt it would somebody that doesn't deal with it.
Well, there's a
I had
lot
to,
more
I had
people
to,
out here
I
dealing
had
with
to
this than.
explain. I had to explain to someone uh, what was happening to them and how they were doing it because this person felt that they were being raped, and it was a guy wearing what you just seen walking down the alley, and though you know it's metamaterial and all that, I mean, we're assuming that that's what it is. There's only one way to find out, and I would have to see it. I would recognize it, and I would see patterns and routine, and then I could know without a doubt whether optophotonics is being used as well. And uh, yeah, it's just I figured a lot out on my own in a few years, and this lady's been on a target for 17, and she didn't know what you know. But her kid's being attacked too, though. And it's sad. What do kids do to deserve that?
Right at this point, that's the problem. This has been going on so long, and a lot of these people that are involved, like I said, the right hand never knows what the left hand is doing. A lot of these people that are involved in these secret activities don't realize how nefarious this stuff is being used for. Like, there are so many scenarios like child trafficking and sacrifice and organ harvesting. And, I mean, going for Manchurian candidates isn't a noble they want to offer a Nobel Peace Prize for people who can do these things, because there were a lot of scientists that were getting these prizes, okay, for the different things they were doing. But man, it's being used for illegal shit when you're wiping out citizens. Like, in a war, like we see over in other countries, they're saying they're dropping these bombs, they're doing that other things. There's little things that are happening too, where families are being displaced, children are being captured and taken into freaking custody by grown people who are very sick. Same shit's happening on our lands. 800,000 children go missing every single year. How do you think they're doing this? It's through these technologies, through these operations, that they're able to do these things and advance their plans, because they think nobody can see them. And in reality, when you're cloaking yourself, nobody can see you. You know, when Lonnie sees these people and he can pinpoint them, everyone else goes, "Oh, y'all are crazy." You don't know. You're just blind. You're not seeing what's happening around you. You're
There's,
ignorant to the
Carmen,
tactics.
there's also nothing scarier than having a
Here,
perpetrator keep you in
here.
fear
See that?
and then
See
act
that
like he can do
flashback?
something to you without people knowing.
Right.
There's
Right.
nothing off limits.
See that flashing? That's new.
And when,
Hyper.
yeah. Well, what's interesting about this is that if a molecular scientist sat down and heard you talking about cloaking in the same way that DARPA's talking about it, or that regional, like this. Okay, let's read what this program,
Hold
DARPA
on, hold on.
Commercial Accelerator.
I gave this shit names. Okay. What seemed was happening to me, and what I could do, and how I could scatter it, and how I could see it, and how I could know where it was at, and how I could know what it was doing, and then how I could hear it and know that it had to assemble, and knew that paint out of a spray can, they couldn't reflect off of it, or smoke or fog. And I had almost all of it right. Everything that I thought I knew, I was dead on. Almost spot on, wasn't I?
Yeah, you pretty much put a lot of things together really quickly.
They've been working this program for 25 years.
Longer, I think.
Well,
I
most
really think
25.
it's been
I figured
longer.
it out in a little under 5. Not only that, I put a name with it. A few. And I got the proof, and I am the proof. And I didn't volunteer or give my permission for this shit to happen.
I didn't either. I have to read this really quick.
Go ahead.
I do. I
Go ahead.
feel like someone watching needs to hear this, but it says, "Hear what the Lord says to you, O house of Israel. This is what the Lord says. Do not learn the ways of the nations, or be terrified by signs in the sky, though the nations are terrified by them, for the customs of the peoples are worthless. They cut a tree out of the forest, and a craftsman shapes it with his chisel. They adorn it with silver and gold. They fasten it with hammer and nails." These are you guys, you Christmas lovers. "So it will not totter like a scarecrow in a melon patch. Their idols cannot speak. They must be carried because they cannot walk. They do not fear them. They can do no harm, nor can they do any good. No one is like you. O Lord, you are great, and your name is mighty in power. Who should not revere you, O King of the nations? This is your due among all the wise men of the nations and in all their kingdoms. There is no one like you. They are all senseless and foolish. They are taught by worthless wooden idols. Hammered silver is brought from Tarshish, and gold from Euphaz. What the craftsman and the goldsmith has made is then dressed to blue and purple, all made by skilled workers. But the Lord is the true God. He is the living God, the external King. When he is angry, the earth trembles. The nations cannot endure his wrath. Tell them this: these gods who did not make the heavens and the earth will perish from the earth and from under the heavens. But God made the earth by his power. He founded the world by his wisdom and stretched out the heavens by his understanding. When he thunders, the waters in the heavens roar. He makes clouds rise from the ends of the earth. He sends lightning with the rain and brings out the wind from his storehouses. Everyone is senseless and without knowledge. Every goldsmith is shamed by his idols. His images are a fraud. They have no breath in them. They are worthless, the objects of mockery. When their judgment comes, they will perish. He who is the portion of Jacob is not like these, for he is the maker of all things, including Israel, the tribe of his inheritance. The Lord Almighty is his name. And I had to read that because this is sick shit, to keep it all the way real. But you got bio technology merging with, well, no, it's biology and technology merging, which is why we have biotechnology. And then we have the surveillance state, absolute control by corporations. This is the sad part. We're not even talking, this isn't government, this is corporate goals, corporate agendas. And the program I was going to bring up, DARPA looks to harness SRA's expertise to speed up tech transition out of the lab into the real world and scale DARPA funded technologies for U.S. national and economic security outcomes. When we say national, we're talking about every citizen in the United States. While everybody's else talking about them sending mom and dad home because they supposedly didn't have their immigration status, they're honing in on your biological footprint. They're starting to tap into your biology. They're changing you from the inside out. You're too stuck in a square box to notice it.
That's
You
what
can't
my
see what's
program
going on
about.
around you.
Changing the light body with light, with optics.
Yep. DARPA, the agency behind innovations ranging from the ARPANET to weather satellites, from UAV technology to Siri, is looking to accelerate the impact of the technologies it funds to create breakthrough technologies and capabilities. The DARPA Commercial Accelerators Initiative is a strategic effort to bring business expertise and entrepreneurial talent to scale DARPA technologies faster for maximum national economic and societal impact. Like, you think that sounds business-like, and oh, they would never do nothing wrong. Yeah, until you have a heart attack when you're 12 years old on the football field.
There's they're look. If you're having an ambulance come and get you, they're wanting you to be down. They want your organs. You better not sign an organ donor card. You won't be here much longer.
Listen to this. This strategic partner with DARPA reaffirms SRI's commitment to advancing technology that not only meets today's critical challenges, but also drives economic growth. Chief Executive Officer of SRA, David Parak: we are excited to be recognized by DARPA for our commercialization expertise and successful track record, and are eager to help DARPA performers commercialize transformative technologies. And we just named off 3 other organizations, a couple of them was universities, that are operating under these DARPA contracts. What he's showing you on the screen is something out of Purdue University. We've traced that. Purdue University is top notch for metamaterials.
And energy harvesting.
Let me pull up their programs that we would be talking about here.
Yeah. There's so many different
Do you have, I still have it somewhere, but I don't have it out. I didn't bring it out. Do you have the tag of the vehicle that was out there with the IU?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Are you able to bring it up?
Yeah, it's probably on the phone. Yep.
So while you're looking that up, I'm going to just touch on a couple of recent posts. December 1st, 2020. But before I go into this, I guess let me say this, and then I have a question for Michael. Oddly satisfying metamaterials store energy in their skin. So this is out of West Lafayette, Indiana. When you pressed dimpled circles on a fountain drink lid, they become either convex or concave. Materials or structures that have 2 stable states demonstrate a concept called bistability. A Purdue team has demonstrated that a pattern sheet of these domes will form an energy-storing skin, strong enough to perform mechanical tasks and even programmable to store and process data like a mechanical computer. Why would they want to do that? Well, because they're looking at your human body. Your human body. These metamaterials are giving them the capability of learning how to take care of take control of your atomic structures.
Yeah, your autonomy. They want your autonomy. See, their end game is keeping the body alive just enough to support the organs and the flesh, to trick the spirit so it stays in the flesh, where it's in a prison, where they can use your body as a storage, as a data storage unit. Okay, because your body can store more information than any data center ever.
And we've been doing that for a long time. A lot of people's thoughts are not their own.
And since the spirit can't get out of the body, they're going to energy harvest it. Because, got a lot of power. Because you're powerful. Spirit is, but you're not the body. That's what you need to know.
Michael was, I brought this up like 2 other times, but we weren't, the first time he talked about it, we were talking on the phone. The second time he brought it up, we were not directly in the live yet. We hadn't started it. So I want you to touch again on your missing time, Michael, really quick, because there's a reason for this, and why it fits into all of these odd programs is because he was in more, and the silent war that was talked about by Behold a Pale Horse author Bill Cooper, it involves all of this, all of it. It's just we're talking about it in the at the lower level because we have been recipients of this type of research and development. We've been on
the receiving end. Could that be part of the time displacement as well?
Absolutely, yes.
I was thinking.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's why I want to. No, it's okay. Yeah. So
time displacement is while I look for this picture.
Mm-hmm. You're on mute, Mike. Are you with us? Oh, well, maybe we lost him.
I don't know. I haven't talked to him for a while.
I'm guessing he must have fell asleep or something. Hold on, let's.
Happens.
Yeah, I'll make sure. If so, I'll click him out. Let me call him. Hold on.
Are you still with us? Here, I do have. You know, Carmen, you got all kinds of pictures I sent you. You should have that. I bet you do.
Okay, I think we've lost Michael. All right, so we'll move on because yeah,
Hey,
he was. Oh, there
did
he is. Are you back?
No, I wasn't gone. I was just laying down here
And you
listening
fell
to you.
asleep?
No, I wasn't sleeping yet. I am getting
Well,
tired.
yeah. So, well, let us get that story out of you one more time, really quick, of your missing time, and then the groping the woman. Can we get that from you?
I didn't even hear
Yeah,
that part.
you didn't. Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna mute up
I
so
went,
you can.
I went and drank with another guy, invited me to go drink in another tent. And I went in there and I blacked out. And when I woke up, I was groping the woman in front of like, I don't know, 5 or 7 other guys in the tent. And the guys were like, "Oh, I thought I was gonna get beat, seriously." And then the girl was like, "No, no, no, it's okay." And I was like, "Okay, it's time for me to go. I want to go now." And she was like, "That's a good idea." And yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Tell them about
And
the next time that you had thought you had a dream about sleeping with one of your fellow, like your commander or something.
yeah, I had a very brief view or memory of being in her room, in her where she was staying, and I thought it was sexual, but I don't, it wasn't like graphic or nothing. And then I was like, okay, time to go then. And then I don't remember anything after that either, so I don't know. I don't know what that was. And then the missing time was about, I didn't even know about it till we had gotten home already. And there was a guy that was there was talking to me about something that happened when we were in the wire. We were at the base. We weren't going nowhere, and he was like explaining things, and I'm like, I don't remember that at all. I'm like, what the heck? And he started, he gave me details, and I still didn't remember because sometimes, that's usually how my memory works. I got to be reminded of the progress of things happening, and then I'll remember. Not this time. Nothing. Couldn't remember any of it. And he asked me at the end. He said, "Are you sure you were even there?" And I said, "Well, yeah, of course I was there. I remember other things, but yeah, that was definitely missing time, and so I don't know what that was either."
So that's well, thanks for telling us that. And there was a reason why I'm asking this. Before we get to that, Lonnie found that photo of the Indiana University, Purdue University. You have to understand, Indiana University merged with Purdue University, so it became Purdue University / Indiana University as a whole entity, but it's also separate entities. You'd have to do your own research on how that works, but for the most part, he has a tag of a vehicle showing where I'm not really seeing it in this one, where there is an Indiana University, Purdue University vehicle outside of his place that he says, hey, this is involved in. So we did a search and it does come up that they are involved in specialty services. So he has metamaterials flying around in his cameras all the time, things that are constantly dazzling his cameras. Uh, he has effects of EMS, and they're like extra. It's not. This isn't small stuff. We're talking because radiation causes flu-like symptoms, lethargy, and tiredness and whatnot. And so why I wanted to bring it up though is because Michael, being on the front lines and seeing war itself yourself, could you see how they could take research and development uh, tools and use military industrial complex tactics and carry out their activities in a residential area?
Yeah, most of our training was for residential, urban warfare.
So what can you give us an idea of what like a training session would look like?
It looked like any regular town, and there was crisis actors that were really good at what they did. Stuff was believable, and
So
they
we're
had
looking.
different scenarios and different things that would happen, and we would have to react, and then they would gauge how we reacted and evaluate us on that and tell us to go do it again, and then the scenario would be completely different. So yeah, it was quite realistic training.
So when you're looking at, because Lonnie has his cameras on screen and I've made him singular on the screen. I'm sure everybody could see him just singularly here. He's the main guy on the screen right now, so his camera's pretty large. Um, can you look at his cameras and maybe Lonnie, you're on mute. Maybe you can actually go into a situation that you've
Sure.
recently encountered and
There's probably
let
one
Mike
right now.
view it.
There's one going down right now as we speak. So
Okay. So
right,
Michael, can you kind of call out what you think this would look
okay, look
like
here,
in terms of your training?
bam.
So let him see if he can identify some of what's happening. Just let it play out.
So they're gone now. Here,
Right.
I'll tell you. I'll
Well,
I'll go to the archives. What's left of them, because they have access to my cameras because they're hardwired, but they still come in.
and hardwired, for anyone who doesn't know, hardwired is a lot different than your Wi-Fi because your Wi-Fi can be tapped into easily.
That's what
So
I'm
if
They
you
get
saying.
have
something to
Wi-Fi
do
cameras,
too.
you're not always seeing what you think you're seeing.
They can tap into the hard wires, but they actually physically got to connect to them.
Yeah, they got to
Right.
plug into. Well, it could be
Yeah,
the
they
hard
got
drive itself, or they tapped into the line.
yeah, they can
One.
they can do that, but it's harder. It's easier to get caught doing that.
Well, look, my brother's a perp, man. So I mean, he's gonna let him in.
Yeah, so if we can let him watch a full scenario, and Michael, since you've been trained in this,
Okay, here we go.
let us know. Does this look? I just want to know from a perspective of someone that's been there. Can you just tell everyone like how long you were in these trainings, how long you were involved in the military, how what your background is?
Well, I was in for 12 years, but the training for stuff like that, they didn't give us much training. They needed us to get over there real quick, so they gave us like 45 days for training, and then sent us over real quick. The first deployment, the second deployment, they gave us a bunch of training, and then when we got there, everything was boring, or at least it was for what I was doing, where I was. I went to Afghanistan in 2010. It was a total of a 12-month deployment, so we were only there for 9 months. The rest of the time was training, and yeah, I mean the training doesn't prepare you for some of the stuff you end up seeing over there, but being over there, you start learning like behaviors and patterns and people and places and things, and it's quite easy for you to start. You'd see the same person every day, and then all of a sudden that person's not there the next day, or this town is always bussing, and then the next day you go through there and there's no one there. You're about to get lit up or blown up or whatever. Stuff like that. Little patterns. Just little patterns.
Who do you think you were fighting for? What do you think you were fighting for? Because I know the nation was taught that we were basically stopping terrorism.
Yeah, they said the war. They said it was because of the WMDs and Saddam was a bad man and all that crap. When, yeah, that wasn't what it was. It was an agenda. It was planned out way before they went into Iraq or Afghanistan.
These same people are now being used on our own soil, aren't they?
Yeah, they can be. I think that's why so many of them are ending themselves, because they don't want them to turn on them. And they're doing it through this technology.
So most of the time, Lonnie, I know you always have like this going on.
Yeah.
Because he's trained in these things, I think you could just play any old given scenario and just let him watch it for a good. We can sit here with him and chat it up as he's watching it.
Okay. Well, I gotta find one. I mean, I don't know everything I was just looking at. It's like from like yesterday or something. But I've seen a few things on there that I would stop and look at. But I can go right to it though. So I already know. You know what I mean?
Right, which I think he could too because he was in training.
Well,
And so that's what.
here you go. This is a smart view.
Well, that thing earlier with that person that had a shadow next to him. That
Yeah.
dude was looking
So
funny, and it
so
was kind of
usually
random. It was out of
right
place
here,
for sure.
right here on the left, they're I'll usually catch them in cloak right here because this bitch right here that runs this vehicle, they don't sleep. Okay, they never sleep.
Hmm.
None, none of them.
That's odd. That's a huge
Think?
like.
Do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah. That's like absolutely not normal.
No, not normal. This dude brings a fake baby seed out and everything else, dude. Puts it in the car. There's no baby. I gotta get it back on. But there's no baby, and I'm like,
Yeah. Like a crisis actor.
yeah. Well, no. He's a very big part of it. This guy drives this little car
Well,
right here.
that's what he's saying, a crisis actor. Do you know
No,
what a
no, no,
crisis
no. He's
actor?
an assailant. He's an assailant. He's a criminal. He's not an actor at
Right.
all.
But that's what it is. The crisis actors, they're paid to do a certain role in a certain place.
So this
It's like
here's
acting. Only they're not acting on a screen, they're acting in front
right.
of you.
So this is a dumpster area, right?
Right,
This
that's
is
what
a,
they're
this
acting like they're carrying a baby.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, look here. The motherfucker just disappeared right in camera. Yeah, right before your eyes. Watch this. I'll rewind it. Okay, watch this. I'll rewind that. I just seen that for the first time. Okay, hold on. We're gonna get bigger. Where'd the motherfucker come from though? That car? Or, oh no, it come. Remember I said they come walking up the sidewalk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what the fuck happened. Watch this. Here, I'll zoom in over here and we'll watch it. We'll watch it play out together. Okay, there he is. There he is. Watch this shit.
Well, he's gone on my screen. Like I can't see him anymore at all anyway.
Because he ain't there.
Yeah. Now that's something beyond the crisis acting I ever seen.
That's the world I live in. That's my
Yeah.
reality.
And I've seen crazy stuff like that, but
Well,
not
listen,
being
there's a
training.
way to know that this shit's being used. Super bright headlights on cars, and everybody's got the same headlights. It
I've
does a
seen that a
simple
lot.
thing. It's called shielding, and what shielding does, it makes them go cloak. Okay. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't used the technology. I only see it being used.
Right.
I know it takes a lot of power to use this technology. So what I'm thinking is, since they have to have this large amount of power, and I showed you the conduit going upside the telephone pole, right?
Mm,
So I'm thinking because they drop a lot of metamaterial in the air, right? Nanotechnology. So
mm.
they charge that, okay? And once they charge that, the suit's charged too, right?
Yeah,
And the suit
wireless phone.
will hold a charge, right? And the fucking lights just keep it reflective with light on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you change your angle, okay, if you change your angle, you can illuminate them because they that's how they reflect the light in angles. So speed is your weapon because they have to move slowly. They don't reflect off paint. They don't reflect off smoke. They don't reflect off fog. And you could throw a good warm cup of piss water on them. They probably wouldn't like that either.
You know what makes me wonder if it's that nanoparticles that actually just surrounds them and cloaks them by themselves.
No, no. It's they have a suit on. Okay, look, man. When I first started seeing this shit, these motherfuckers were putting on white and clear. It looked like you know how the material you used to wear in a fucking slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
You
I've
know,
seen slaughterhouse people.
I thought they were coming to fucking slaughter my ass, man.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
freak.
even know.
But so listen, all the reflective gear, you know, the
Later.
vest and work attire, that's what they're using. They're using it as a cover. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like they would when they use the same shit to work on your fucking telephone pole when they're setting everything up to fucking do this shit to people like me. You know?
Yeah.
Because who's gonna look at these people wearing vests and shit?
Yeah,
He must
that I've seen.
he must have done there.
I've seen people doing that fake. I don't even know if it was fake, but it was. They were definitely not doing anything, but they looked like they were a power company or this or that, and they
Right.
were just
I
sitting
had
there
him. Hey, look,
looking.
bro. I had a whole fucking city bus. I called them a whole city bus. You know, city transit. The whole bus get off, and as each motherfucker got off the bus, they handed him a fucking vest.
Oh, weird.
I have a story of a bus situation too. The day
Wonder
I
who that's
ended
for.
up jumping into the wash and breaking my ankle.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy.
It
Yeah,
is.
sick.
You know what? There's a lot of people coming up missing though, and a lot of elderly coming up just, sporadically gone. People don't
Yeah,
realize
they
that
probably McDonald's.
unaliving people is much more common than what we understand.
Why do you think there's so many abandoned houses and trailers and everything all over the place? Like all over the country. Every state I've been in, there's abandoned houses everywhere. And some of them, and
Right.
even in Vermont, some of them I went into, and they look like somebody just up and just walked out. Everything
Really?
else is still in there. And I've seen videos of entire towns or entire blocks looking like that. Cars still in the driveways. Everything's still in the houses, cabinets still full of food, like
I've
crazy.
seen that too. I thought it was pretty strange that entire
Wow.
neighborhoods have been abandoned in the States.
Like randomly at like abruptly where they just walked out or they were probably ended.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazier than everybody thinks.
What
Right.
happened to what's her?
Tabitha's right here. You still with us, Tabitha?
Well, how is my phone only at 34?
I fell asleep.
Yeah, she might have fell asleep too.
I did. Or I
I'm
don't know
still
if I
with her.
did, but I heard you.
I was talking to her one
That
night,
was
dude. I
weird.
woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I looked over at my phone. I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell? And it's Tabitha on the phone. I'm like,
Yeah.
Tabitha, wake up.
I always wake up at like 4, 3, 4 or
I
something like that.
don't.
Last couple of nights I haven't though.
That's a
What
chick.
else? I've been waking up at 5, 5:30 before the sun comes up. And it's
Look,
weird. It's not I'm able to go back to sleep.
Jim just
And
flashed me over. I'm gonna watch you keep flashing me in the car.
So I'm going to share this link out so when we close this out, because I'm going to go ahead and read a few things, but I want to go ahead and share this out one more time
Since we've been on the phone,
because,
I've had fucking. I got drones the size of fighter jets that fly over my house every night. Almost 5 years every day now.
yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
When they come back by, I'll show them to you guys.
I got a prop plane that flies over, and I actually heard it on the phone over Carmen's house, and it sounds identical. Like you can tell different motors from different motors,
Right.
and this thing sounds like
All
it's
three
the
of these
same
drones are
exact
different
thing.
too. During the daytime, bro, they look like a 737.
Right, and they're not.
Those
You can
things
I can
say,
see those.
Right.
I see those all the time. Their wings don't look quite right. They look like they're
Right.
malformed.
I've seen them stand wing on wing like this, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen
Because
weird
they
shit like
always
that
circle
too.
back to come back by to me. They'll follow me
Hmm.
though. Look, it's crazy because I can jump and run that way or run this way, and this fucking thing in the sky will follow me, man.
Yeah,
Because tracking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he says that we all got them. One certain president, I don't know if I can say it on the
Yeah.
live, but one certain president said predator drones. You won't even see it coming.
The Predator. Here's the thing. I just talking to her about it yesterday or today. That they do this thing, this psyop on me, where they broadcast these paranoid thoughts in my head, like people are coming to kill me. Well, if I would stop and just think, they don't have to do any of that. All they got to do is send a raptor, and just they'll shut me down.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So that's all it does. Boom. I'll never even know.
yeah, yeah. There's worse
So they
ways
don't
to
have
go.
to do any of that. Hey, everybody's guns at home. Your fucking guns are useless. Okay, they're
Unless they
useless.
came in like that, then I don't
They're
think they would do it like that.
they're good for a paperweight or a ground war maybe,
They're
but
fun to
not like
shoot. They're a stress reliever.
yeah, not for fighting your government though.
Nah, they're good stress reliever though.
Yeah. Yep.
well, you
Yep.
know what? Let's just say this, that no one here is erratic
Nope.
or has the ideology that they're going to go out and do anything in some public setting. I know that a lot of these activities, they like to frame people in and
Hey, Dad,
make it so that,
look, I just seen him disappear. Watch. Watch this shit. Wow.
Yeah, what you're saying, Glenn, I'm not doing any of that.
Watch
yeah.
this shit.
Well, I want to make it clear for anyone else who might take what was just said in this and transform it into something that it's not.
Okay, watch
You know,
this shit.
I don't want any
Watch this dude right here. Look, he's gonna fly.
miscommunication.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
he's gonna come up here, bro, and he's gonna disappear right by this tree. He's on a bicycle or something. Watch. I don't know. I just happened to look up and seen it.
Seems a little white for me. It's hard for me to see.
Okay, well, I mean, I can only do what I do.
You can't change The way it,
I'm trying to, but I don't want to miss this, dude. No, that's the best we're gonna get. You gotta think that they fucked my cameras up.
I know. I'm very aware.
See there, that dude had something on his vehicle.
A vehicle just went by. That vehicle. What the hell? What the hell
Right.
was that vehicle?
I don't
That
know. I've
vehicle.
been seeing a lot of crazy shit.
That vehicle was half black and half white. Like that was like it was half cold and half hot. Like what?
Well, what it is, man, it's these lights that they have on his
They
vehicle.
Yeah, and they keep coming by and they'll flash his cameras so that it's distorted. We actually
Oh,
read
close
a
the
really
fence.
good. I might have that study available for us to read because we read, you know, some
Watch this shit. This dude's right by. Watch. It's gonna be right here. I just want the people in the audience to see it. Come on,
so
man.
we have lenses that are developed with light science to block specific frequencies that cause harm while letting others through. The same thing kind of goes with being able to let your eyes see something. They can cause cameras to morph in color, the color spectrum, to making it harder to where what we see isn't exactly what's happening either.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people couldn't make out some of the white things. It would be too hard for their eyes. You're hyper aware.
Yeah. I just see it, man. Real quick.
Right. Right.
All right. It's gotta be
Not
right.
everybody else can.
Yeah, they'll see this one though. Because this motherfucker, just like that last dude, he disappeared.
It's basically
I
like
couldn't believe it. I was like, holy shit. I don't really get to look at a whole lot about old stuff like this. I usually catch it in real time. Only because it pisses me off. That's the only reason.
all right.
I got better shit to do than cameras.
Here, I'm going to actually read something out of Purdue because Lonnie would be in, and I brought this up earlier in the live, he would be in an area where the programs that are coming out of Indiana would be involved. So you would have things like Crane, which is, I believe, an Army installation base. Is that what it is, Michael? Do you know? Have you ever heard of Crane?
Crane?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds
Like
vaguely
Garfield
familiar.
Park.
Well, okay, hold on. It's Navy SEALs. Let me read this to you. There's warfare centers that are NSWC Crane Division. And so the Crane Division, they've right now, the latest publication was March 16th, 2026, and it states Forging the Future. NSWC Crane's Opera program develops cutting edge technology and talent. The program is the Naval Engineering Education Consortium, is a program established by the Naval Sea Systems Command. And it is successfully developing and attracting new talent to the technical fields essential for the U.S. Navy's future. Though through strategic partnerships with universities, the NEEC facilitates cutting-edge research in the areas of naval interest directly benefiting the fleet and its warfighters. NSWC Crane's leadership has strategically leveraged the NEE.
I can't find it.
You have Dr. Kyle Werner. He's NSWC Crane Deputy Technical Director. He has noted that modern sensor and weapon systems have a near insatiable demand for computational efficiency, and silicon-based computing has a variety of limitations. Photonic computing and photonic integration circuits represent an emergent opportunity for increased computational efficiency. So when we're talking about computational efficiency, your eyes have to compute what's on that screen. You know what I mean?
But now they got that shit coming out, remember? That we just found out about.
Right. So I'll read this next.
Today.
Yes. So a prime example of the opera strategy has to do with optical and photonic engine enabling real-time algorithms. It's a project which includes students, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, and Science Mathematics for Research Transformation, which is called SMART, and it involves scholars. These are students, okay, students. And when you're looking at, you're talking about these guys never sleep. You talk 6 hours on, 6 hours off for a couple people. They go home and they go to sleep, but they've got someone that they shake hands with and hand the baton over to,
Yeah.
that clock in another 6 hours. So you see different vehicles, different students, or someone going in and out of that local bar. Or maybe they're going over and they're playing in you've got what is that? Ping pong? Not ping pong. What kind of ball court do you have over there?
Pickleball.
Pickleball. Okay.
Pickleball.
They ain't
Yeah.
playing the pickleball either.
Well, he
Pickleball.
says
These are thugs, man.
he'll see them out there at 6 o'clock in the morning playing pickleball.
Yeah. Look, watch this. You'll have a fucking trash man here at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's definitely off.
Yeah, even when there's a fucking empty dumpster.
Yeah. Well, that's a tactic. Maybe they're doing that on purpose just to try to make you more paranoid.
Well, that's what I was saying to him, because
everything is involved.
Yeah.
Let me show you guys something.
Yeah, it's on purpose.
I'm going to show you guys something.
They want a reaction from you.
This is outside my window, so I'm going to show you guys this. That this lighting it does everything. It's a weapon system, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So you may have heard about the weapon system being on the interstates. It's a fact, and I'm going to show you, because you're going to see them pulsating, okay? Watch this.
Yeah, even headlights pulsate now.
There you go.
If you can see it on camera.
Now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had one of those when we were in Jackson on somebody's house.
Those are what optophotonics are.
Well, that's just a part of it.
Yeah, part of it. But look here.
Yeah, because what you have to understand, everyone who's watching, Lonnie's showing one aspect. He can show you his cameras. He can show you out of his window. He can show you at different intervals that there are people on the ground with vehicles passing by with strange lighting on it. And then you can look at, the drones that are coming in the air. These are all, how do I want to say it? They're all a part of surveillance.
This is how fucked up it is. Look, when these drones and shit come over my house, okay, certain things happen. The lights in the alley will go out. All the lights around the surrounding houses will go out, but mine will be still on. Yeah, and they got lights down here that the string lights that people use in their yard and shit.
Michael, you see that red light? Doesn't it look familiar?
Oh, exactly, and it's flashing just like the one we had.
Right. So these are ground markers for the drones to fly off of.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of them up here in a bunch of woods.
Right. So you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm telling you, dude. I'm
a fucking professional at this shit, dude. This shit consumed me, man. I mean, just consumed me. Destroyed my life, man.
Oh, and that's even weirder. There's not strobe lights out here in this desert, but somebody bought a piece of land and put 3 very bright red, instant garages with red roofs in a triangle down the way from where I'm at.
And after we moved there too, there was also another piece of property that was purchased up, and they had a big old bright spotlight that you could see during the freaking day,
which is odd.
Directly at our property.
Yeah, and that was in another spot further up the trail.
And then they ended up building those barns, the red barns.
Yeah, I mean, red barns are normal, but the red roof in a triangle on the property. There's 3 of them, and they're in a shape of a triangle. And that is another way to have flight directions and whatnot instead of having flashing lights.
Right.
And it's some Asian person apparently that owns the property.
Well, if they pluck you, me, and I rebuke anyone who thinks that that's going to happen, as that won't happen until God says so. But
Oh yeah, don't
and
touch it.
but I'll say this, that once if they were to get rid of all of us on this panel, you wanna know who else they're coming for? You, and every one of you that would
That
ever
did
come
it.
across this video, because I'm
Yeah,
telling you, even the $20 million clubbers, they're trying to show you through all the stuff that's happening. You get on Facebook, you can get on Instagram, you can get on TikTok, any of them. It doesn't matter. All social medias, and you'll see where they're showing things about Miley Cyrus, Britney Spears, all of these people that are supposed to be very lucrative in their celebrity careers. Okay, now they're being thrown under the bus. Ellen DeGeneres, they're taking the downfall. So if you think they're just picking on a couple of people and it doesn't affect you, you're wrong. You're wrong. And when you're being used to systemically pluck out your own neighbor, then there's an even larger problem, because they're going to get rid of us, and then you're next on the list. So you're just helping them get to you quicker.
especially when you start to know too much, then they're definitely going to end you.
It's like the time is over anyways, I think,
Wait,
personally.
did everybody get booted? I don't see anybody's camera
Now,
anymore.
where did he go?
I don't know. I don't see anybody. I see you, but I don't even see you because your screen's off.
Yeah, I'm here though. So I guess we lost him. Let's see. I'll share it one more time.
I don't know. Yeah, it's 12:30 here, anyways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, well, we could go ahead and get out of here, call it a night, because it
We
is
could
late
do
and
it
I am
again.
tired.
And there is a lot. There is a lot to this, so it's not gonna be everything that needs to be talked about in one session of this. Yeah.
True enough. So let me finish this Purdue University thing real quick, and then we'll get out of here. So Choi Laboratory is a dynamic research group in the School of Mechanical Engineering, Purdue University. Their research is aiming to develop programmable structures and advanced materials and to use them for diverse applications, including bioengineering, energy, and electronics. So, bioengineering and energy, they're talking about you, me, and everyone else.
Mhm.
There's no exclusions here, people. Our work intersects mechanical engineering and DNA nanotechnology, where they use DNA as engineering building blocks to construct complex structures such as architectured materials of synthetic biomaterials. They're also interested in interfacial engineering on 2D materials towards programmable nanomanufacturing. So when you're talking about programming nano biomaterials, they're talking about programming the human body. So uh, some of you aren't even under your own control because you've already been taken over and you don't even know it.
Yeah, they think they're their own thoughts, and they're not. Especially when they look back on their life and they kind of remember how they used to think and now how they think now. And it's if they really do a little bit of deep diving into themselves, they're gonna realize that they're not thinking the way they used to. And they think it's them that did it, or time just changes you. Well, it's not the case most of the time.
Right. these
Especially
programs, they
things that are
seem like
worse.
they're coming in to help people. Oh, we're just, a bunch of college students coming to help people. No, you're doing military warfare tactics on your neighbors. You're on your neighbors. You guys, we live in your neighborhoods. You live in our neighborhoods.
We're
This
supposed to
is
be
sick
helping
shit.
each other,
Yeah.
not hurting each other, especially for a buck, a piece of paper that has a number on it.
Yeah. It's wild that this is where my faith comes in, where I go, I kind of feel sorry for all of you people who have fallen into this trap where you believe that you're doing the noble thing, but you're not. Do you understand? People like my husband who's missing time and has he struggles with memory issues or even feelings of whether like he's valuable to society or if he's something else. It's this wouldn't be here if it wasn't for oh, we got Lonnie back. There we go. We got Lonnie back. It wouldn't be this if it wasn't for an outside source sending in information because the biofield can be hacked. It can be hijacked. Noah Havari or Havari, however you say his name, Harari. He says it himself. Humans are hackable animals. So, doing these things to your neighbors, using these when you're like, oh, I'm just shining a light at this guy's house. No, look at what photobiomodulation is. Go look at what photovoltaics has, what type
People
of
don't
effect.
care, man, as long as they get.
Yeah, as long as they're either getting paid. But the worst part is some of them aren't even getting paid. They just
Their
don't know
moral
what they're
compass
doing.
goes out the fucking window.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Unfortunately, pieces of paper mean more than their conscience.
And they don't understand that they're living in a system that's designed for them to fail.
Oh yeah,
It's a
make it
fact.
all
They're
about the
get
money.
richer
You
in the
gotta
40s.
get that money.
Right.
Well, it's
Unless
not funny though because
unless you're part of the entertainment industry, and then
Yeah,
you quit
well, look,
liking girls all of a sudden and start wearing dresses.
man, I'll stay
And you
broke.
play a
Thank
chick.
you. I'll stay broke.
They say, man, back in the the 30s and shit like that that all the women were actually men, right?
Hmm.
In the movie.
they're saying that now with
Yeah,
they say all of them are converts.
Yeah.
yeah,
Jennifer Aniston, all of them.
All of
yeah.
them.
Yeah,
Man,
Megan
I've seen
Fox is
pictures and
always
videos.
is also Zac Efron, right?
Yeah, and when the girl who plays him came out and said she did.
Right.
And then people
Yeah.
think it's a joke because they're actually saying it, but they're telling you to their face who they are. And people laugh at it and think, oh, this isn't true. No, we live in a society that has been built. All our framework around us, what you think you know, you don't know. You're ignorant. Seriously, you guys are just ignorant
Yeah.
because you seem to believe that, oh, you live in this world where, oh, people could never do that. People are doing it all around you. They
And
look at
the
how,
government is for you. Yeah,
right,
don't forget the government is your friend.
these people are selling their own children.
Well, they sell their own mother. They don't care about the kids for damn sure.
No, they don't. They
They
don't care
don't.
about nobody.
They care
And
about themselves.
look at this. Let me
When
tell
it's
y'all a
their
quick
turn,
story. I've
when
told
it's their
everybody
turn,
this. But I'm going to tell y'all again real quick, just so you can see. Hold on. Let me do this real quick on the screen. Let me see how I can make my screen change this. Okay. And, wait, no, I'm sorry. How do I share? Right here. Okay. All right, I look a mess, but let's take a peek at this. I want to show y'all something. So we're gonna listen to this guy real quick for just a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off there. I gotta go work.
Yeah, we're getting ready to. But okay, we're gonna listen to this. 1 second.
All right.
It's going to blast away not just Palestine, but Israel. See, Israel was always meant to be sacrificed in a nuclear holocaust to Baal. And with that sacrifice to Baal, they're going to be rewarded with lots of monies. You see, everyone who matters is already in Argentina. That's where I think fucking Netanyahu actually is. And whatever they killed was a clone. Now, the reason why they're going to do this is because, you see, there's a bunch of ice in the Arctic, especially on top of Greenland, that's melting. Okay, and as that ice melts, right, the need for icebreaker ships is gonna go away, but that water needs to go somewhere. Okay, so with the expedited speed time of trade up in the Arctic Circle going crazy, there's gonna be a congestion, not just using the Suez Canal. They don't want to use that anymore because it's a one-lane canal. It was built nearly 200 years ago, and it belonged to England, France, and now it belongs to Egypt's underpants, and it's going to go away. You see, that's a one-lane canal. It's congested, but it makes $9 billion a year just off the fees alone.
So it just so happens, I'll play the rest of this, but it so happens that 8 years ago when I came out, I was talking about them rerouting the waters and that they were going to be doing a lot of infrastructural stuff and related to the waterways, to our coastal cities, our coastlines. But what a lot of people don't understand is that while he's talking about Israel, they've already done the work around us to take the country down. So they're working on that right now, and they're using all of these little activities to do a separation and divide, in the people, because they know if you're fighting your neighbor, then guess what? We could never fight our enemy. So, there's something happening here on our own lands that shouldn't be neglected. It shouldn't be turned a blind eye to. But I'll tell you exactly what's going to tell you here in just a moment.
That will flood the Suez Peninsula, the Sinai Peninsula, bye-bye Egypt, and the pyramids will be not underwater, but not really accessible except for by boat, they hope, which is fucking batshit, because that's like on a plateau. I don't know how they could.
So this guy, I told everybody about this when I was being hunted, and one day I was a big long story. I'm not going into it all, but I was running, and the guy was going to pew me. It hadn't come out of the window, and I said, "Oh Lord, help me!" The car came out of nowhere. It gave me enough time to jump onto a garbage pail or a dumpster, and I jumped over a fence. And I fell anywhere from 32 to 40 feet down. I jumped into it, fell on my feet, landed on my feet, and it broke my ankle, shattered my right ankle, and the police hoisted me out of there. Then they proceeded to lie on me and say I stole $40 in a backpack, and they were all involved. The whole freaking ER. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. I was like, this is not real. I'm in the Twilight Zone. Okay. I end up in jail because I get away. They were going to hand me over to a gunman. God saved me in that. I'm not going to go into detail on how, but 3 days later, I get out of jail, and this girl says, "You need help?" And I had a broken ankle, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, can I use your phone?" She said, "Oh, you come to my house." I called my son. She said, "You want a Tylenol?" I took the Tylenol. I fell asleep. I woke up, it was like 11 something at night, and I was like, "Raise your phone," and I did. And my son didn't answer his phone. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" So I'm stuck there. I don't even really know exactly where I am because I'm not familiar with California. And this Asian guy walks into the place, and I'm like, with the golf clubs, and I'm like, "What the hell?" The golf clubs are for you, Carmen. That's what I heard in the spirit. The golf clubs are for you. And it was this dude right here, who at about 4 o'clock in the morning, someone they were honking their horn to, I guess they were signaling him that it's time. And he got up and he was getting ready to hit me with the golf club. And the Holy Spirit grabbed the golf club and was using my mouth, and I saw him, his face and everything. And out of my mouth, the Holy Spirit said, "Hi, I sure would hate to be you. Not only do you have to kill a female for money, but you have to kill a handicapped one. You're never going to live this down." And he couldn't kill me. He couldn't kill me. Now he's an ex-CIA officer, CIA. And now he's online talking about the sacrifice of Jesus and how people have been set up and that we don't have to do these evil works of the things that they've done, and how he feels guilty for all the things that he's done in his youth, And so it's surprising to me, because when I saw the guy and the Holy Spirit revealed it to me, I was like, no, that's not him. That's not the guy. But it is the guy. It is. The Holy Spirit showed me, and I believe what God says. And so I just want to say this, like, the only reason why I brought all this up, I'm not like trying to boast or anything, but I've lived a rough one, and I understand what Lonnie's going through. I understand what Michael's going through. I understand what like Tabitha's going through. With these, and the fact that as a society, I live among a people that will dismiss other people for the activities that are going on around them, and call them names, and then but simultaneously participate in the activities, and it's mind destroying to me. So I just like wanted to tell people, you should really think about your actions, whatever you're doing, and remember that just because someone tells you something is noble, this is the right thing to do, it doesn't mean it's true. Like, Lonnie, how do you feel about the things that are going on in your life?
Well, it's strange because to admit that even though I've been going through this crazy torture bullshit, it made me a better man. I mean, I'm the same person, yeah, but I'm not. I mean, I've always cared about people, and I've always helped people, and that's the one thing that has never changed. But I'm more in touch with me, for one, and I don't look at this place that we call home the same way. I don't look at people the same. I don't trust anything here, as far as that goes, or anyone. Yeah, that's but I've also had to push my own kids away from me because I wanted to protect them. Because these are killers. Even though they're sneak killers, they're killers. Yeah, but I don't hate anyone. I don't even hate these guys.
Well, that's the wild part, what you just said. I don't want to cut you short, but Michael's on here, and you guys have separate rules. Michael, the way that, and I don't want to like implicate him and say this is exactly something he's doing, but I'm sure he knows people and he's seen this before. So he's been on the end that has carried operations like this out before. So how does this make you feel, like, them? Because I know that you've put some thought into the possibilities of what has transpired with some of your comrades that had went out into the field with you. Is it something you feel like you could even talk about?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't participate in anything, but I did have some buddies that came out and told me they did or do or
Really?
whatever. Yeah.
What'd you say to him?
I said, well, don't. I said,
What'd you say?
don't, man. You took a piece of paper. Stop that shit. You can't believe what they're saying just because they're saying this person's that and that person's this. How the hell you know? Did you do your own research on it?
Right.
I've had pretty long conversations with them about it.
The
And
damage is there.
the last time he talked to me about it, he actually said that he was ignoring that person's phone call to get.
He's a liar. It's not that simple.
Oh no, he said that.
Once
He said
you're in, you're in.
that. Oh no, I know. He said that he's gonna have to answer at some point because they're gonna.
You're gonna target him. They're not gonna do anything except target him.
That's
That's
what I
what they
mean.
do.
No, you know
That's what I
what?
mean. He
But
knows it. He actually
changing is
thinks
possible.
it.
Huh?
Changing is possible because the guy that I just showed on the screen would not even be out if he wasn't, someone willing to change. So it is possible. The change is possible.
It is, and he did sound sincere to me.
You hear this dude revving his motor out there about ready to blow it up. The dude just drove by. It's one of those imports, and he's
I
just
hope
out
he
there
does
going
blow it
neutral.
up.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, it's
Well,
crazy shit.
if he does blow it up, I mean, does it sound good? At least it sounds good, or no?
No, it don't. It's a piece of shit rotary motor.
Oh, because they couldn't really bug me with that because I like the sound of engines, like when people peel out and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
I
and
don't.
I
I
like
don't.
that stuff.
That shit don't bother me.
No, I
The
like it.
dirtiest motherfuckers out here in the game is the first responders and the fire department and police.
Yeah, I had a nightmare about that a long time ago. Woke up in a cold sweat, kept running from them. Everybody was involved. It wasn't just EMS and police, it was everybody.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
situation. You
that's,
remember when we got together and I told you
that's
they
what it
followed
is
you
here.
to the stores all the time?
Yeah, I mean,
What
yeah.
happened? What
Man,
happened when
we went to a Walmart once and then Carmen went into the Walmart and then sure enough, like a whole bunch of freaking fire trucks and ambulances showed up and I'm like, oh hell no. So after she had told me that, I'm like, I started walking in to find her because I was like, what the
Yeah.
hell's
Hey,
going on here?
I'm gonna have to go, guys. It's like,
yeah. Well, we're getting out of here, so
all
it's
right. Well,
been
much
nice
love to
talking.
everybody in chat and who ends up watching. I'll try to
Yeah,
share
yeah,
it
share
so
it out.
that this shit's real and it could be your brother, your mother, your sister. This shit happening to. It could be your kids, and it could
Yeah.
be you. I did nothing wrong. There's a 6-year-old little boy this shit's happening to. What'd he do? Why is he on an FBI watch list? Why's he got BK with his whole thing on piped into it? Why is he hearing voices that he shouldn't be hearing? It's telling him he's a bad person, that they're going to eat his belly. It's just sad, man.
It is. It's really sad. People don't understand what they're perpetuating, but that's why we and you talked and said if we can help anyone out here to come into realization of what they're a part of and see it from a different perspective. So that's why we came together and said we were going to do these lives because these are happening in all of our neighborhoods. These aren't activities that are just like, oh, that's happening over there. No, it's happening in your neighborhood too. It's all over. It's global. It has become a systemic problem, a systemic disease. It's like a virus that has taken over the system itself. And, instead of helping perpetuate these crimes against humanity, I want personally to tell everyone, like, think about what you're doing because at the end of the day, this is a spiritual battle.
Look at this. Look at
And
this. Look
either
at
you're
this.
doing good or you're doing evil.
This is happening right now. Slow roll in my house
You
at
must
3
have
o'clock
to.
in the morning.
And
Now,
that's
see
like
these
the
lights on
vehicle
this
that
car? Look
same
at
type
these.
of vehicle, ain't it,
Look at these
Michael?
lights.
Yeah, that's
these?
definitely a freaking government vehicle.
The
See
same
them lights
ones
right
that
there?
follow me.
Yeah.
That one went out. Watch this. These lights on here, they're
Actually,
dazzlers.
this one is even probably a government vehicle. Seen those a bunch,
Yeah.
especially the
So,
white one.
yeah, look, you notice it's like, what time is it? Yeah, it's
12:50
almost 3
here.
o'clock in the morning. Now look, it's almost 3 here. Now, these motherfuckers are, they're all awake, man, okay? And there's still people just riding bicycles and fucking, it's just crazy, man. Look, this bitch is still sitting in her car. She's been out there for a couple hours now. See, look, see the light just come on top of her car there?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird why people would be sitting there this time of night for that long. I mean, that's that's definitely a freaking, I don't know. It's crisis actor. They're
Could
doing it
you
on.
see that? Is that how some of the scenarios would pan out within your the military trainings that you had?
Yeah, they would have somebody do some shady stuff just so we would notice, or just see if we would notice.
Can you give us a brief idea of maybe 3 different shady things?
Well, for the scenario that we were going into, there was like a phone. A guy was on the phone, and he was acting kind of, just the way, because we were on foot. We weren't in our trucks at the time, so we were on foot and we were walking through a town, and there was a guy that was on the phone or something, and it ended up using the phone to set off a bomb. A makeshift, a fake bomb, but it was still an explosion.
Oh,
And
an
then
action movie, huh?
yeah, it was an action movie, but I was living in it. It wasn't on a screen.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you ever have stakeout sessions?
Stakeouts?
Yeah.
No, not really. I mean, we did patrols in Iraq.
When
Cleared
you
the.
do when you do those, is that like you're on foot just looking at the
No,
neighbors?
when we went to Iraq, we were actually in our Humvees because the roads, we did convoy security mostly. So if we weren't doing convoy security, we were either doing route clearing and making sure there was no, bombs on the road. And then if we weren't doing that, we would do QRF sometimes, where if another unit that was convoy escorting got in trouble, we would quickly just go out there and help them.
Okay, so it looks different. Well, anyways, cool. Lonnie, you have some really good stuff, and I would like to next time bring out the consulting video again and kind of go over it. And if you can pull a couple more with the flashing of the cameras, the nanotechnology, I would like to actually talk about thermal metamaterials, go into more detail on the DARPA project that it works with the Naval Sea Systems Command. Because this
Tell
is
you
the
something
stuff
real
you're
quick.
dealing with.
Events. Here you go.
I've enjoyed talking to you guys. You're gonna find one more event to show us before we log out of here.
Let's see here.
Thanks for staying up late, Michael.
Yeah, I gotta go kind of
Oh
early.
yeah, you gotta get up early. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you want to cut out so you can get up. At least can get 8 hours of sleep.
yeah. I don't have to leave until 8:20. No later than 8:20. No. give all the animals their stuff.
Yeah, feed them.
Looking forward to getting that filter for the truck and trying it out. Hopefully that's the problem.
That
It's
would be
not.
nice.
It would be awesome. The $7 part.
Sometimes it is simple things, you know.
I haven't seen that, so maybe we'll see something on there. I'll catch it if there is anything happening.
Say it again, Lonnie.
I said I haven't seen this myself, but maybe I'll find something. I don't know.
Well, why don't we? It's late. Why don't we get out of here and we'll come back together again. I know it seems like we're all hitting and missing, but let's come back together. Keep trying to talk to people because there's so much more to learn. And we don't have much time to continue to spread this. I'll tell you, they gave us a year to shut us all down. So they're going to shut us up. I'll tell you that much. Not in the public circle, anyways.
Not in person. I already told you I like talking to people in person better than on the internet.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're really bold, so I love that about you.
Yeah. Yeah, I could talk to you about anyone.
Look at this dude's been sitting in his car, man, for quite some time.
Yeah, that's not normal.
Look here. Look here. This dude's wearing metamaterial right here. It wasn't that cold out today, guys, to be dressed like that.
No, that kind of looked like a Middle Eastern outfit.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But this ain't nothing, man. I've got so much crazy shit happening that it's a never ending. Listen, this is 24/7, 7 days a week, every day of the fucking year. It doesn't stop. These guys don't take breaks. They're like the fucking Terminator.
Yeah, they just take hands and pass the baton over for the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
I see them around me all the time too. One dude gets up, he walks front of the house around 7 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes he comes with his dog, and sometimes he doesn't. So it's kind of funny, they're like, they're here. They don't bother me anymore.
Yeah.
That's what pisses them off. They don't bother me. I don't give them the time of day anymore. When I see existential stuff, then I start recording and putting it out there. Because I'm like, I see y'all, and they watch me. They watch everything I do, and they're watching this now.
Yeah. Monitoring spirits, what they are.
Yep, that's how that works. So, anyways, yeah, well, I just say this, like, hang in there, guys. You know that very well that the whole main goal is to make all of us do something that we wouldn't naturally do on a normal basis. So, like, we need to just continue to keep trekking forward. Don't let them win,
Okay, look. I want to show you nanotech when it's moving. Look, this is them in close. I want you to look at the ground. You're going to see a leaf blow. You'll see something here move. You'll see something up here move. This is in real time.
Your camera's down low.
There it goes. Look.
No.
Right here.
You can't see it.
It's all white.
It just disappeared though, didn't you?
No, it's all white.
Okay, watch. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. All right, yeah, watch. Yeah, that's a gate. Now watch this.
You can see the gate, but the next to it is white.
Yeah, because it's the pavement.
Yeah, no, it's whited out. You can't see it on this end.
It's the pavement.
Yeah, this end is
pavement.
whited out.
Look at your screen and look how white it is on the screen.
Yeah, it's the pavement. It's a parking lot.
Right, but you can't see nothing going over it. I'm telling you.
We can't
I'm
see a
just
detail.
telling you there was. I can see it.
Well, maybe because we're just sitting on this end, we
Okay, well,
Your cameras are good.
try to
You
change
just the screen on our phones. It was like Carmen was talking about. The phones don't always pick everything up.
right.
And
Okay,
sometimes
so
our eyes don't pick it up,
can
and
you
the
see
camera.
that? Look! They just opened the gate. That's them opening the gate, making it look like the wind's doing it. There wasn't no fucking wind today.
Ah,
Now, there's going to be a bird pop up over here. Birds, remember I said they can be anything they want to be. Look at this dude here.
there's
Backpack. Look here. Another. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. There you go. Look here. I'm watching this motherfucker walk across.
we can't see it
Can you see
at
this?
the bottom of it.
Watch. Can you see that?
We can now see better.
now you can see the pavement.
Yeah.
See it? Look at
Oh,
it. Look at it. Damn it. Hold on. Just shut the fucking thing off.
Yeah, of course it did. It's cleared up.
right. As soon as it clears up, and then he moves.
All right. Hold on. Get it.
I don't think he can see the screen at the same time to see what we're seeing.
No, it's
Okay,
back
here
to
we
the
go.
one.
There we go. So it's gonna be right here. Look, watch. There it goes. Right here. Move and watch. There it goes. It's gonna move over here too. They gotta move slow. It's gonna be one of these. Okay, so he's up here already. Look, he's walking. There's another one over here too. Though, watch. See, look, he's walking. He's walking that way. Got another one walking that way too. They're working teams of 5. He's right here right now. Watch it. He's gonna go again.
I think it's too much of a detail that I can't really see.
Right.
Yeah, I'd have to just email it to you or something.
And do you need something where you can set that phone down and have to stop moving it so you don't have to do the camera and do your thing at the same time? You need like a tripod or a stand, buy a little $10 stand, you can pull the phone up and stick it on there so you can see it and then mess with the computer at the same time. Because when you're doing both, you move the camera a whole bunch, it readjusts on the screen.
Yeah. That one makes it harder to see. Well, especially a little detail.
Neighbors on that stuff because if you do that and nobody sees it, everybody's like, man, this guy's crazy.
Hey, look, man. Show him my Facebook page. So I went live the other day. I got the mailman and my neighbors, both him and his wife, all 3 of them disappearing on camera in broad daylight on a live.
Right.
I told you about it, Carmen. Did you go see it? Carmen.
No, I haven't had the time to go see it yet.
Well, we might be lucky. Might be. I just seen the mailman actually. Anyway,
all right, so we're gonna get off here.
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah, we're logging out. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us about your testimony.
Yep, no problem. You guys want to go on my Facebook and check out my Facebook page? It's Lonnie Bland, City of Pringle. That's it. This is for the world to see.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm foul mouth. I told most thank you. But I've been fighting my whole life. And it's hard not to fight when
Yeah.
This. Hey, look at here, look at this. I mean, it's non-stop, dude. Like, look at these cats here.
Do you have anything you want to say, Mike?
Running over here. Get away.
I'm good until next time.
Right on. Okay.
All right, man.
Well,
Take care, guys.
all right. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. You guys have a good night.
Yeah, good
Look, this
night.
dude's flashing right now. Look. See that? See his headlights? Look at that. Look at his headlights flashing.
Yeah, I've seen so many things like that.
What a
Yeah.
thing.
I just can't see it real well.
Can't see it on that video, but I've seen it in my own person, like
Yeah.
a lot.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yep.
thanks for
Everybody.
listening. Good night.
Yep.
Much love.
All
Stay
right.
safe.
Good night.
Right. I don't know.